Hello everyone, welcome to JC Academy. Today we are going to discuss the latest questions from teaching aptitude which have been asked in your December 2025 attempt. I am your educator for paper 1, Aradhana. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe it for instant daily class alerts to get the smart content recommendations and for free premium study resources along with doubt support. These are the shining stars of JC Academy who have cleared their examination in December 2025. JC Academy is offering a complete foundation course for Paper 1 and Paper 2 management with multiple validity options. The classes are live and recorded in nature. Also, Paper 2 foundation course is available with multi-validity options. For any query, you can call on the given number. Question number 1. Which of the following is not correct about the criterion referenced testing? Before solving the question, let us see the difference between norm referenced and criterion referenced test. So norm reference is relative in nature. A student's performance is compared to that of the other students in percentile terms. That is norm referenced. In criterion referenced, the terms are absolute in nature. That is, a student's performance is compared only to the amount or the percentage of material learned. For example, in UGC NET, you have to have 55% in post-graduation. This is the criteria. If you have percentage less than 55, you are not eligible for attempting the UGC NET exam. So this is criteria. It is used to measure the general language abilities or proficiencies. Criterion is used to measure specific objectives. Norm referenced spread students along a continuum and it assesses the amount of material known by the students. This is a normal distribution of scores around the mean. It varies, which is usually not normal as compared to norm referenced. Few relative long subsets with a variety of questions, and the criterion contains a series of short and well-defined subsets. Students have little or no idea what content to expect, and students know exactly what can come in your question paper. So these are the basic differences between norm referenced and criterion referenced test. Coming back to the question, which of the following is not correct? We have to find the incorrect statement about criterion referenced. It is also called domain referenced, correct. It is called objective reference, correct. Its principal uses are in mastery test, correct. It is useful in testing the relative position. This is incorrect because relative position is for norm reference test. Next question, which of the following behavior ability is associated with affective domain of a learner? This is from Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy. Affective domain, mnemonic is R square VOC, that is receive, respond, value, organize and characterize. So which of the abilities associated with affective? Answer number 3, which is characterization. You just have to learn the mnemonic and your question is done. Next question, choose the correct statements from the following. The capacity to think about our own thinking is metacognition. So this question is from metacognition concept. Let's understand what is metacognition. So meta means higher and cognito means thinking. So metacognition means thinking higher or thinking beyond, like thinking about thinking. So it is a higher order thinking which involves active control over the cognitive process. It involves awareness and self-regulation of one's own learning process. It includes awareness and understanding of how we think and use the strategies during reading and writing. It involves learning. It involves knowing how to learn. It is concerned with self-reflection, self-responsibility and initiative as well as goal setting and time management. It involves active control over the cognitive process. So we have to choose the correct statements. The capacity to think about our own thinking is metacognition. Correct statement. Metacognition is instrumental in controlling our own cognitive and motivational process. Correct. Teaching people how to learn stems from the idea of fostering a sense of agency and responsibility. Correct. Metacognition, anyhow, does not help in teaching people. This is incorrect. It does help. Then metacognition knowledge and self-regulation are related components. Correct. So eliminating option number D, our option number 4 will be the correct answer. Next question is from psychomotor domain, again from Bloom's taxonomy. This is the psychomotor domain. We have organization, adaptation, complex overt response mechanism, guided response, set, and perception. We have IM PAN also for psychomotor, and this one and this one, both they come under the psychomotor domain. So starting with the perception, then we have set. We are starting with perception. This is the basic level. Then we have set, and then we have guided response. So perception, set, A, B. Two options eliminated. Then guided response, C. Option third eliminated. Option number 1 will be the correct answer. Next question is, we have to match concept mapping, 5E based lesson planning, stimuli response based lesson planning, and unit plan. See, concept map is a visual tool used to represent the relationships between different concepts. Usually they are shown with circles, ovals, or rectangles. Relationships are also known as arcs, and they are shown with the arrows. The 5E model is strongly rooted in the theory of constructivism. Constructivism states that learners construct their own understanding and knowledge. Like they experience certain things outside the world, outside their own comfort zone, and on the basis of that, they construct their own knowledge. In constructivist classroom, learning is an active process where students build their new ideas or concept based on their past knowledge. This is the 5E model, which is based on constructivism. So, concept mapping, it is the graphical tool which represents our knowledge. 5E, as I have told you, it is based on constructivism. Then stimulus response based plan. It is a behaviorist approach. Stimulus response is B.F. Skinner's operant conditioning. B.F. Skinner, operant conditioning. Operant conditioning. And unit plan is systematic arrangement of subject matter. How we are going to teach the students, what will be the objective of our class, how we are going to plan the syllabus and everything, it covers under unit plan. So it is a systematic arrangement of the subject matter, and on the basis of this, our option number 2 will be the correct answer. Next question, which of the following is not the criticism of behaviorist model of teaching? See, behaviorism in classroom, it includes rewards and punishments, responsibility for the student, learning rests squarely with the teacher. So teacher plays the active role, and learner is a passive, learner plays the passive role, where the lecture is based and highly structured. So teacher plans and coordinates the class activities. So there was certain criticism to behaviorism theory. Those were, it does not account for process taking place in mind and cannot be observed. अगर हमने behaviorism theory में जितना भी focus है, all the focus has been given to the teacher. There is no space कि अगर student as a student आपके मन में या आपके दिमाग में कुछ चल रहा है, कोई idea आ रहा है, तो हम उसको observe नहीं कर सकते. क्यों? क्योंकि हमने जितना भी plan है, जो भी हमने structure क्रिएट किया है क्लासरूम का, वो हमने एज अ टीचर अपने हिसाब से किया है. देन सेकंड, इट एडवोकेट्स फॉर पैसिव स्टूडेंट लर्निंग. सो दिस इज अ क्रिटिसिज्म बिकॉज द एज अ स्टूडेंट यू आर जस्ट लिसनिंग टू व्हाट द टीचर इज सेइंग. One size fits for all. There is no concept of individual differences. We are keeping everyone in the same panel. Then knowledge itself given is absolute. Okay? As a teacher, I am just giving you an absolute knowledge. I have no inputs or no ideas or no contribution from your side as a student. There is programmed instruction and teacher proofing. So these are the criticisms of behaviorism. We have to identify which is not the criticism. So it doesn't take into account important internal process. Yes, it is a criticism. It is not appropriate for higher order learning. Again, it is a criticism. It is not appropriate for lower order learning. No, it is not a criticism, because when students are passive and teachers are active, it will only be possible for lower order learning. For higher order learning, the teachers, they act as facilitators and students play the active role. This is for higher order. So option number 3 will be the correct option. Next question, the Swayam was launched in 2017. Such a basic question. So full form of Swayam is Study Webs of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Minds. It was launched to achieve 3 principles, that is access, equity and quality. It was launched by Ministry of Education on 9th July 2017. If NTA wants to make this question difficult, they can give you options like June 2017, December 2017, July 2017, and let's say February 2017. Then you have to identify, is it June, is it December, is it July, or is it Feb? So it was launched on 9th of July 2017. Next question, arrange the objectives of cognitive domain. Again, Bloom's taxonomy, cognitive domain. It starts with knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Option number 2, mnemonic is KCRC for cognitive. So Bloom's taxonomy is very, very, very important topic. You cannot skip it. Next question, choose the correct statements among the following. This is from the phases of teaching or stages of teaching. We have 3 phases of teaching: pre-active, interactive, and post-active. Pre-active is before going to the class. As a teacher, I will decide my objectives, that what I am going to deliver, or what topic I am going to what topic I am going to discuss in the class with my students. Then selection of the content, whether it will be an offline content, online content, whether it will be a video or a presentation. Then sequence of the content, selection of training methods and implementation. Pre-active is before class. Interactive is during the class. I will know my learners, I will test their previous knowledge, I will present my content, and I will use micro teaching skills. Post-active is after class. I will evaluate and I will check the behavioral changes. So diagnosis of the learners is done in interactive stage, correct? Feedback and testing is done in post-active stage of teaching, correct? Fixing up goals and contents are done in post-active, no, it is done before. Selection of appropriate testing devices is done in post-active stage of teaching, correct? Decision about the strategies of teaching is done in post-active, no, it is done pre. So ABD, option number 3 will be the correct answer. Next question, Assertion reason. Certain degree of intelligence is required for creative thinking. Students with high intelligence are not necessarily creative. Both statements are correct. So for creativity, it does not include art and craft, not only just art and craft, but how open or how innovative you are to new ideas or opinions. You see a problem and how innovatively you can think about a solution, that is creativity. So obviously it requires a certain degree of intelligence, correct? Students with high intelligence or those who have high IQ are not necessarily creative. This is a correct statement. This is a correct statement. So both A and R are correct, but it is not the correct explanation of A. Next question, as per the information processing approach of learning, which of the following statements is not correct? So, information approach of learning, it is concerned with how people view their environment and how they put that information into memory. According to information processing theory, the mind is often compared to a computer. The three components are sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. How our mind is processing the information we have received from the environment as a stimuli. Now we have to identify the following which is not correct, that is incorrect statement. Learning is the construction of knowledge, correct. Memory is the storage of knowledge, correct. Thinking is the logical manipulation of knowledge. This approach doesn't categorize the types of knowledge, incorrect. I have just now told you it categorizes the information into three components. So option number 4 will be the correct answer. Being a constructivist teacher, you will not do what? Make your learners more active. Obviously, constructivist, like constructing the knowledge, giving opportunity to learners to integrate what is presented and what they already know, linking the previous knowledge with the future knowledge, considering learners as a sense makers who construct knowledge, correct. Giving study materials to the learners to recall, no, this is for low order. This is for behaviorism approach we have studied earlier. So these were the questions which have been asked in December 2025. I hope you loved the class, you have understood the concept. Once again, a quick reminder, JC Academy is offering a complete foundation course for paper 1 and paper 2 management. Complete foundation course with multiple validity options for paper 2 is available as well. For any query, you can call on the given number. These are the social media handles of JC Academy. Connect to them to keep yourself updated. Thank you so very much. See you soon in the next part. Bye-bye. Take care and happy learning.